Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I'm doing a contest entry today for Clifford, the vinyl cheapskate. He's a new channel to me, but actually Chris, the blues vinyl guy, who's a good friend of mine, does a lot of videos with, shows a lot of stuff that I like, and he did a contest entry, and when I saw the name, the vinyl cheapskate, I figured we were kindred spirits, because that's what I do. If you don't know my channel, you're new to me. The whole reason I started the channel was about 4 or 5 years ago. I was watching a video and 2 or 3 people in a row were complaining about how expensive the hobby is, how records were so expensive. And I'm like, no, I got like 3,000 records, and most of my records at that point anyway, I gotten through Goodwill, thrift stores, yard sales, etc., etc. So I started the channel to show that you can build a decent collection without spending a ridiculous amount of money. So Clifford has a great little channel. He only has a little over 100 subscribers. So I definitely urge you to go over and check out his channel and give him a subscribe and a like. Again, it's Clifford, the vinyl cheapskate. And he's doing a contest. He has 5 questions, and we'll get right into it. The first question is, show me dollar record finds. So I have so many of those. It was hard to pick, but I went with a couple of them. This one I got at a local Goodwill about 4 years ago, and I walked in, and for $1 I almost fell over. And it's Graham Parsons and the Fallen Angels live 1973 with Emmylou Harris. What a fantastic album recorded live. Streets of Baltimore. You know all the songs. Drugstore, Truck Driver Man, 6 Days on the Road, We'll Sweep Out the Ashes, New Soft Shoes, Cry One More Time, etc., etc. Fantastic album. So glad to be able to add that to my collection, and that was a $1 find. Also, about a year ago, I was in a antique mall, and usually it's hard to, you never know what you're going to find. So I was in the mall looking around. There's a guy at a booth. He had a couple of records in a box on the floor, and they were all $1 each, and this popped up. And I was completely taken aback. Couldn't believe that they had a Art Blakey's Jazz Messenger Night in Tunisia. Not in perfect condition, but very good condition. Jackie McLean is on this. Just fantastic. Recorded 1957 in New York City. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, A Night in Tunisia. Let's see, that's a regular RCA Victor label. But what a great, great album. Yeah. For $1, ridiculous. Next question is, something you can always find cheap that's really good. So, there are so many stuff you see, at least I see all the time at Goodwill, and I just can't believe they sell so cheap. And the one that first came to mind was Graham Parker, the other Graham. Graham Parker shooting out the lights? Squeezing out sparks. Squeezing out sparks. You can always find Graham Parker albums inexpensive, and he's so great. I just love this album. Discovering Japan, Local Girls, Passion is No Ordinary Word, Waiting for the UFOs, Graham Parker, and The Rumor. Sorry about the glare there. It's still in shrink. But you can always find his stuff inexpensive. Also, a notorious one you always see at Goodwill, etc., for not much money at all, is always you see Linda Ronstadt albums. And I don't know why, because she's one of the great voices of rock era. This is a great, great album. This is Heart Like a Wheel, which has You're No Good, Faithless Love, Dark End of the Street, Heart Like a Wheel, When Will I Be Loved, Willin', etc. Great, great, great album. Always find this inexpensive wherever you go. Now he wants a great overall score. My wife's a big knitter. So one day about 6 months ago, I guess, I came home after doing some digging, and she was there with a group of her friends who were all knitting, and I walked in with some records, and one of her friends says, "Oh, you collect records?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a big collector." She goes, "We got a couple of boxes in the basement we were just about ready to get rid of." So a couple of weeks later, I get a call. I go over her house. I buy maybe 250 records, And I kept what I liked and sold the rest. But out of the stuff I kept, which was, I got amazing to me, was the first Bob Dylan album in mono, the second Bob Dylan album, Freewheelin', in mono, the third Bob Dylan album in mono, the fourth album, Another Side of Bob Dylan, in mono, the fifth album, Highway 61 Revisited, in mono, and finally, Bring It All Back Home. All those albums were all in mono, and I said I really paid nothing for them because I sold other stuff in the collection, which made enough that the collection basically was free. So these basically were free for me. And they're all in good condition, not great, but to have those first 5, 6 albums in monaural is just fabulous to me. Love Dylan, love his early stuff like this, and to find them all in mono in one collection was just great. There were also some Dylan bootlegs I got in that collection, which I'll show another time. Budget bin steals. I was at a local place called Bull Moose, a big record store here in Maine, and they had a collection of records on sale now and then, and this was in their budget bin. It was brand new, still sealed, for 50% off, and it's Chet Baker and Mr. B, the Chet Baker Trio, and the reason it was on sale 50% off, I don't know if you can see the little ding. You see a little ding in the corner there, a little bent. And for that reason, they put it on sale at 50% off. So, love Chet Baker. Couldn't say no. And if I remember right, yeah, it's on blue vinyl. Limited edition on blue vinyl. And it was just ridiculous. They put it on sale for 50% off just for a little ding. But I was happy. Another one, I'm at a different antique mall. The guy has a big booth. Usually sells stuff pretty much what Discogs medium price is, except this time. So I found this one, John Lee Hooker, and this is Face to Face. It's 2 record set. I think this is an English pressing, but I can't remember. Don't hold me to it. And I paid like $10 for it. I think it's like a $50 or $60 record. Just fantastic. Love John Lee Hooker. And a Big Road, Dimples, Face to Face, Serves Me Right to Suffer, Stop Jiving Me, Mean Mean World, Boogie Chillin', etc. So John Lee Hooker, a great bargain bin find. And last, that was bargain bin steals. Bargain bin steals. Last one is thrift store finds. So something got at a thrift store that was really special. This is, again, I walked in, this was about 2 years ago, I guess now. And where I live here in Maine, we have probably 4 Goodwills within a half hour of my house. So I hit them on a constant basis. I'm retired, so I have the time. So at least twice a week, I'll hit all 4 of them just to see what's out. I walk in one day to one of them, and I see Quadrafina, and I start looking at it, and it's a UK pressing on Trax record in VG++ condition. Both records with the booklet, everything with it. UK pressing, $2. I was super stoked. And sitting right next to it was Meaty Beady, Big and Bouncy. Another Who album. I think it's more of a compilation of songs by them. Yeah, Can't Explain, Kids All Right, Happy Jack, I Can See for Miles. Also a Trax UK pressing. And finally, sitting right next to that one was Live at Leeds, and this is a German pressing. And they were all $2 each. And it had, the German pressing has all the inserts with it too. That came with this, which is pretty cool. So there you go. Those are some of my cheap finds over the past couple of years that I've gotten in various places. Like I said, don't get discouraged. I've been going to Goodwill now for the past month or so. I haven't gotten anything, and I go to 4 or 5 of them virtually like twice a week, and I strike out a lot more than I score anything. So don't get discouraged. You got to keep at it, and if you keep looking and keep going after it, eventually something's going to pop up. Okay, so like I said, Clifford, the Vinyl Cheapskate. Please check his channel out. Give him a like. Subscribe to his channel. Let's see if we can boost his subscriber rate up there a little bit. And until next time, peace.